Welcome on the forecast. To my right, AP18 himself, Alex. How you doing?
Hello, everybody.
And to my left, GW himself, Garrett. How you doing?
Doing good.
So Wednesday Comics Forecast. My name is Marvin. We're here to tell you the comic books coming out for the week of May 8th, 2018. It's going to be 2019. A year behind here. First up, Deadly Class, number 38. That's Rick Remender, Wesley Craig. Alex, what do you think, Deadly Class?
So 36 was weak. 37, what a way to get back in this book. I did get the free comic book that had just come out last Saturday on the 4th. May the 4th be with you. That will be the one Star Wars thing I ever say for you, everybody. Had nothing to do with anything other than a nice little tidbit of information. I cannot wait to get into this book. I hope that Rick Remender is giving the readers and those diehard fans, such as the three of us, the writing that I think we deserve as longtime readers. And even Garrett, who caught up in the last year, this boy wants to see what's going on, wants to be satisfied. But that art is always fantastic. Wes Craig is spectacular. So even if the book is a poor read, it still looks great.
There we go. Excellence number 1. This is Image Comics. Brandon Thompson, Kerry Randolph. Spencer Dales was born into a world of magic. His father belongs to the AGs, the Secret Society of Black Magicians, ordered by their unseen masters to better the lives of others, those with greater potential, but never themselves. Now it's time for Spencer to follow in his father's footsteps, but all he sees is a broken system in need of someone with a wand and the will to change it. But will this fight for the better future? Who will stand beside him? There you go, Kerry Randolph and Brandon Thompson of Horizon. Hey, did you get Horizon, Garrett?
Yeah, I did for a while. For sure.
New
that was
action.
Brandon Thomas. This is Brandon Thompson?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ice Cream Man number 12. Maxwell Prince, Martin Moranzo. Garrett, what do we think? Ice Cream Man?
Ice Cream Man is a great anthology book. It truly is one of the better horror books coming out right now. I'd say it's not as scary as like Gideon Falls, but it's a different type of horror that's more along the lines, I would say, of Farmhand. Maybe a little darker than that even. But Ice Cream Man is like Pennywise the Clown from It, terrorizing different individuals. But there is some added lore to this book that now we have his brother coming to call him on all this shit. And it's actually a really interesting story that's fun to follow since they've introduced that element to it.
There we go. Black Hammer, Age of Doom. This is Dark Horse Comics, number 10. Jeff Lemire, Dean Ornstrom. The Eisner Award-winning superhero saga returns. Alex, what do we think of Age of Doom?
First of all, that cover is spectacular. I'm super excited to get this book. The second run, or the second volume of Black Hammer, has been a little more like a roller coaster. The first 4 issues were great. We got to 5 and 6, which led us to a different universe with Colonel Weird. And now we're back with Lucy, who we just now realized is another alternate universe that we're being shown. This book is spectacular. What a way for Jeff Lemire to just kind of do whatever the hell he wants with that nice superhero lore that we all know and love. What a way to see him kind of make mirror images of other characters. And I tell you what, I actually care for most of these characters. There's some. Papa doesn't care if they die. But R.I.P. Black Hammer, number 1. He was the best. I miss him already. Spoilers.
Batman and the Outsiders, number 1. This is DC Comics. This is Brian Hill and Dexter Soy, Tyler Kirkman, right on that cover. When the quest for justice drives Batman into some morally ambiguous areas, he calls in the most moral man he knows, Jefferson Pierce, a.k.a. Black Lightning, and his team of operatives known as the Outsiders. Several years ago, Batman personally put the Barrera family into hiding after they suffered through terrible experiments, at the hands of an organization called the Ark. Now, with all but one of them have turned up dead, Batman needs to locate Sofia Barrera before wrong people get their hands on her and her surprising power. But it wouldn't be Batman without a hidden agenda, would it? And when Black Lightning, Katana, the Signal, and Orphan find out what Batman's really up to, they'll question every loyalty. We call them the question. There you go. Garrett, what do you think? You can get Batman and the Outsiders?
Hell yeah, I am. been waiting for this story since it was kind of brought up in the end of James Tynion's Detective Comics run, and then obviously been waiting for some Dexter Soy art. His art is immaculate. Loved him on Red Hood. Miss him being on that book, but I'm excited to get on a new Batman adventure with a bunch of fun characters with this creative team.
Here we go. Up next, we got the Batman Who Laughs, number 5 of 6, Scott Snyder Jock on art. Alex, what do you think? The penultimate issue of I think it says 5 of 6, but the cover says 7. Is it 7 or 6?
Oh, that's weird. I think it's only 6. It's supposed to be 6 issues. The first 3 issues I thought were really good. And when I read, no, I haven't even read 4. First 2 were really good.
They actually extended Batman Who Laughs another issue.
Oh, God, that's horrible. I like the first 2 issues. 3, I was just like, God, this is long. And it felt like Snyder was getting back into that. I have to explain everything to you and not just let a story run its course. I haven't gotten to 4 because I kind of had a bad taste from 3. Hopefully 5 is good. I want to like Scott. I know Scott knows how to write Batman, which is one of my favorite characters out there. And to see him make the Batman Who Laughs so scary is interesting. But sometimes you got to let the pen come off the paper and let some art tell me a little bit of a story.
There you go. Batman Who Laughs. Extended one more issue. Catwoman number 11. Jesus. Joel Jones, Fernando Blanco, Joel Jones are in that cover. Asking the question, who is Selena Kyle, has gotten folks hurt in the past, but it's time for Selena asking about herself. Meanwhile, the disgraced Creel family are marshaling the resources to make a return to Villa Hormanza and claw their way back to the top. What do you think, Alex? The Catwoman number 11.
You know, Blanco's a fine artist, but the whole reason I jumped on Catwoman to begin with was the Joelle Jones art and writing style. Not that I necessarily want to drop this book anytime soon. I'm sure she's working on other issues that are coming out in the future, but I really do miss her artwork because she would put so much emphasis on detail, and the colors are always spectacular. I'm missing her. I miss seeing the original idea. I'm still getting good substitutes, but I didn't sign up for this class. I wanted the real teacher.
Detective Comics number 1003. Peter J. Tomasi and Brad Walker, Andrew Hennessy. Garrett, what do we think? The Detective Comics rolls on with 103.
This book is, I'm really liking the direction that Tomasi and Brad Walker are going with this, with the Arkham Knight. It's obvious that it's somebody that we probably know, but it's not Red Hood or Jason Todd, so that's exciting to see who this could be. The end of the last issue, 1002, the whole trial with Damien and whatnot, that wasn't super exciting for me because it's not the first villain to try to get to Batman by enticing a Robin. So I feel like I've seen that storyline before, but I hope that that's not lasting the entire run of this arc. But other than that, the Arkham Knight being in this book's incredible. Batman is solving crimes in this book, and it's like about damn time we've had some detective comics or Batman in general. So it's very exciting to be on this new run. And Brad Walker's art is awesome.
Flash number 7, Josh Williamson, Howard Porter. Year 1 starts here. Chapter 1. Alex, you didn't spoke or no?
Wait, which book?
Flash?
Oh, nope. Sorry.
Flash 70. Garrett, what do you think?
Super excited. Howard Porter on art. Josh Williamson bringing the first. I've not heard of another Flash Year 1 story. So this will be fun to kind of revisit Barry's origin and bring some life back into this book because that Forest Quest was kind of a doozy.
JLo number 9, Justice League Odyssey. Dan Abnett, Daniel Sempri, and Juan Abada. Alex, how's the JLo? You told me last week, or 2 weeks ago, that it's been pretty good.
So when I had told you that it was pretty good, that was 6 and 7. Those 2 issues, I loved them. Issue 8, I had an issue with. It wasn't nearly as much fun. I'm hoping that 9 picks it back up. But it's hard to tell with this book. This is one of those books that, again, I hopped on for some Sage card. Haven't seen him in a hot second, using that lingo from Marvin, because it sounds stupid when I say it. I want this book to be as good as it should be, and I'm still not sure if that's what I'm getting.
So don't take your advice. You were going to get me back into this book, and now you're saying it's not good anymore.
Well, you know what? I told you that Daredevil was crap, and you jumped back on that book back when issue 8 or 9 or whatever. Like, that's the best book I ever read. So you can't take my word for it, because sometimes I'm wrong.
Red Hood Outlaw, number 34, Scott Lobdell, Pete Wood, Coley Hamner on the cover there. What do we think about Jason Todd, Mr. G?
The story's going okay. I mean, I think that we're at a stage where there needs to be a little more progression in this new iteration of Red Hood. It'd be nice to see, Artemis and Bizarro back in the fold, and I know they're going to come eventually. But as of right now, it is interesting to see Jason Todd's decisions dealing with Roy's death and trying to move forward. What started out as like a vengeance vendetta has now turned into more just like reliving the vigilante lifestyle. I mean, he's always been a vigilante, but more of the don't care who I hurt as long as I get the mission done, which is what he started out as. So it'll be interesting to see how we get to the point where he either redeems himself or he just keeps being on this murderous rampage.
Shazam number 5, Jeff Johns, Deal Egersham. In the latest chapter of Shazam and the 7 Magic Lands, the kids visit Game Lands, a colorful world of races and games where all that matters are your high scores. But as good as Pedro and Eugene are with their arcade cred, can they score high enough to survive it? Alex, what do we think, Shazam number 5?
This book is awesome. I've just caught up on it too yesterday or the night before. Holy shit, that I just couldn't get enough of it. And I wish that it came out every other week, just because this story in itself is so good and so much fun. But then I also know that if I want a quality book, it needs to take its time. So by all means, slow down, let this book be as good as it can be, because it is spectacular. We're waiting for Jeff Johns to pick up a book and get me interested in a character that I don't normally give two craps about.
You know what I noticed about not just Jeff John in this book, but this issue specifically, and like stories like this. It's funny how this is about Gamesland and how the high scores matter, and you score. And the cover says where low score will kill you. It's funny that Jeff Johns still thinks that arcades still exist. I mean, that don't have old games in them. There's no more new arcade games. And nobody really it's not about new games. The high scores don't matter anymore. You know what I mean? He's stuck in the 80s. All right, but it's been fun. Yeah, you're right. Wonder Woman number 70, G. Willow Wilson, Ermanco, Terry Dotson, Rachel Dotson ran that cover there. It's not you. It can't be you. Wonder Woman, Steve Trevor, and the goddess of love, Aphrodite, are pretty sure they found Aphrodite's missing son in his unremarkable suburb town. The fact that everyone here is compulsively driven to act on their secret desires is an awfully big clue. But if they actually want to talk to him, they'll have to get through a flying army of attack cherubs. Did I say that? I don't know. Gary, what do you think? Wonder Woman, 70?
So I did switch over to trades on this one because I just needed to cut some books. But what I read up until this issue has been really good. I mean, G. Wilson is doing great with the story. I do like the the Olympic mythology that she's bringing back into this book. The art has been rotating, but I have enjoyed the story. But it's not anything that's like the best Wonder Woman I've ever read. So that's why, as of right now, it's not on my list, and it's just going to be read in trade format.
Oh, I think this is probably one of the better Wonder Womans I've read in a while, at least. I mean, that Greg Rucka run was obviously pretty excellent. The Brian Azzarello from New 52, amazing. But this one's a lot of fun. If you really like the pantheon that they have, it's good.
Marvel Comics, Captain America number 10, Tanisa Coates, Adam Kubert. Alex Ross right on the cover there. Captain of Nothing continues. A prison riot is the best possible cover to break Captain America out of confinement. What if the Star Spangled Avenger doesn't want to go? There we go. Captain America number 10. Alex, what do we think about the Cap?
You know, I read Captain America number 9. It's hard to figure out who's who when you read these books because both captains look a lot alike. Obviously, I know the Steve Rogers we all know and love. When some specific characters are talking to him and they're talking shit, obviously, that's the good one that we want. And then the one that's beating the shit out of everybody, he must be a bad guy.
You know, I will say about this book, I'm kind of getting that same feeling as Black Panther, where it's time to move the story along a little bit more. Like, yes, we got Supreme Leader Cap released from prison, but just ready to see what the next part of the story is, because it's been about 5 issues into the second arc, and what is this, issue 10, and the first issue came out last July, so it's like, you know, I don't feel like the story's definitely paced itself. It's been great, the art's been great, but like the story, it's starting to need to get to the next point.
I think I like the way it's going. Yeah, I don't have any qualms with it.
This one I don't have as much of a gripe with. It's not like Black Panther long, but it's starting to be like, okay, maybe it's time to move on. I just feel like we've settled up in the past, and there's nothing. We haven't progressed. I'm waiting for Captain to finally meet him and duke it out. That's all I really want right now. And I don't know. We got to build that suspense. We got to wait for Supreme Hydra Leader to kill somebody or what have you. He's killed plenty, but I agree with you, Garrett. I do want a little bit more.
Tom Taylor, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 6. Tom Taylor, Juan Cabal, Andrew Robinson, The Neighborhood, and the planet is doomed. Spider-Man is powerless to stop the end of the world. Only Earth's new and mightiest hero, Spider-Bite, can save the day. Wait, what? Garrett, what do you think? Introducing Spider-Bite.
I'm excited. I mean, I've loved this series so far. It's a lot of fun. It's a great compliment to Amazing Spider-Man, where, you know, Amazing Spider-Man is the more serious, action-packed story. This is kind of the more lighthearted Peter Parker type stories. I'm interested to see who this Spider-Bite is going to be. If it's a completely original character, if it's a character we know that's going to take on this mantle. I don't know. I guess I'm excited to check it out and see what's in store.
Look at the preview here. It looks like it's on May. Just kidding, it's not. War of Realms New Agent. So Atlas number 104, Greg Pak and Liam Gang Hung. There we go. I just wanted to bring this up. Greg Pak's a good writer. Pak is giving me a good writer, and the cover interests me. Well, there we go. War of the Realms tie-in. Not many tie-ins get brought up in the show, but that's one right there where we have Amadeus Cho, looks like. We have Shang-Chi, Silk, Jimmy Woo. Where's Kamala Khan? A lot of good names there. So you want to get that, go ahead and pick that up this week. Well, looks like I didn't see anything else. You guys see anything else on this list?
Does nope. James Bond come out?
Yeah, that's the origin book. That's not the one we get.
I get it. I get the origin book.
Oh, you do? Since when?
I went back and bought all the issues. It's fantastic. Like, even better than the James Bond 007 book, I think. I mean, it is just so much fun learning about the origin of James Bond, how you learn about his parents, where he's got some of his fighting skills. I'm really glad I went back and picked up all the issues.
I don't need to know all that. Keep it a mystery for me. I just figured he'd learn that shit somewhere along the line. And
well, I mean, Skyfall happened, so
what's up? There we go. Comics for the week of May 8th, 2019. Alex, what do we think? Looks like you'd be your pick this week.
You know, there's good books, but there's nothing that's really like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that issue's coming out. I think I'm just going to go with this one for the fact it's been a while since I've seen it. Deadly Class number 38. I'm waiting to see if Rick Remender can nail another issue, put another notch in that pencil belt.
Garrett, what do you think?
I'm probably going to go with Flash number 70. I am excited for Flash Year 1. I think it's kind of the recharge this book needs, and we'll see how it goes once it comes out.
It sounded like to me you were more excited for Batman and the Outsiders.
I'm excited, but again, that's also a book we were supposed to get in the fall. So I'm excited, but this seems like a book that's going to get canceled because of all the delays.
Guys,
I don't know.
Breaking news here. Forgot of a book. Invaders number 5. Chip Zdarsky and Carlos Magno, Butch Geis, War, Namor. Here we go. Namor on the cover, following a bunch of missiles, and he's going to destroy something. So there you go. Looking forward to Captain America number 10, or maybe Invaders. I'm not sure. One of the two. They both have Cap in it, though, after the weekend I've had 2 weekends ago when that movie dropped. Alex, how's the weather?
There's a lot of crying over the phone. I'm not sure what I heard.
How's the weather?
Oh, it's much better than your tears. I mean, it's a little chilly out, but I mean, it's also a little rainy. Maybe the weather's not really that good. I know maybe it's supposed to get kind of sunny-ish, but who knows? It could be really cold and crappy still. I mean, it's spring, and in South Dakota, spring just means rain and crap. So don't get too excited. You got to wait until July when it's hotter than hell. Then your balls stick to your thigh, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for it to snow just so I feel comfortable again. So you know what? Don't live here. It's horrible.
Garrett, what do you think about them roads?
I got to agree with what Alex said, that this week doesn't have a lot of heavy hitters, it appears, but it does have things that you can get excited for. So you definitely want to get to your shop early and make sure you grab those. As far as the potholes are concerned, hey, man, it's getting nice out. Construction's going to happen. It might not be the potholes you want filled, but potholes will be filled.
Garrett, what do you have to say about your comments on last week's forecast?
I wasn't on last week's forecast.
Yeah, you left me a note, and I read on air. So what are your comments?
Jesus.
Yeah, I have no idea.
There we go. Good stuff here. Nice little week. It is 5 weeks, as we discussed last week, Alex. So they are spreading these out nicely. Not too many 1 week. I mean, this week actually has a lot of DC. DC slowed down, maybe. But otherwise, I mean, I think I got a couple one image, and a couple Marvel here, maybe 3. But DC, geez, let's see. I don't know. Batman the Outsiders does look interesting to me. Maybe I'll check it out. Who knows? Catwoman, Detective, Flash. I don't get Flash. Never mind. Shazam. There we go. Good week, boys. We're back in business. Garrett to my left, Alex to my right. I'm right in the middle. My name is Marvin.
I'm Alex.
I'm Garrett.
Hey, everyone. Keep reading those books.